All right, welcome. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you'll be notified when new videos drop. I want to talk about sexless marriage and how you might be contributing to it, whether you realize it or not. Very common for men not to realize how they're actually contributing to their sexless marriage. And you've all heard me talk about the first point. We got a couple of points we're going to go over, but the first one is you're not dating your wife. Okay? If you're not dating your wife, that's where connection and intimacy is built. That's where you both fell in love. And a lot of men don't understand you do not get to stop doing that once you're married. If you do, the relationship dies slowly, and eventually there is no connection, there is no intimacy, and a divorce is going to be on the table. How important is dating your wife? Fully 98% of the men I work with, when I ask them the question, how often do you date your wife? The answer is rarely or never. Weekly would be ideal. Life doesn't always allow for that. Minimum is twice a month, okay? Again, date night doesn't equal sex. It's a time for you to grow connection and grow intimacy without the kids around, if there's kids in the house. All right, so we got to date our wife. You can't be two-dimensional, brother. Just like you should be dating your wife weekly, ideally, you need to spend time for yourself or with your friends weekly. Same type of statistics. Most men are like, no, I don't spend any time with friends. Think about when she fell in love with you. What did you do? You spent time regularly with friends. You didn't worry about her when you first met her. It was just a gal you were seeing, and then things progress. But when we get married and we have kids, we lie to ourselves and say, well, I can't go spend time with my friends. I got news for you. You can't afford not to. Because again, if you become two-dimensional and no longer are a whole, complete man, and you're just a dad and provider, that's not attractive. Then you're not dating her. It kind of leads into things. So then, the third thing that most men don't realize is there's 100 reasons why a woman doesn't feel like having sex. And you're not 97 of them. 3 of them are on you. The other 97 are, she's feeling tired. She feels fat. It's that time of the month. She feels this. She feels that. Whatever. But if she doesn't feel there's connection and intimacy, that's also going to lead to a lack of wanting to have sex. Now, here's the other thing. If you are, this is probably the biggest takeaway for you. If you're trying to get sex, she can feel it. It's transactional. Could be viewed as a covert contract. If I do this, you should want to sleep with me. If you're in that mindset, it is incredibly unattractive. It's a turnoff for women, and it's counterproductive to your end goal. So the way about correcting this is obviously you need to start dating your wife. You need to focus on building connection and intimacy, okay? Not getting sex, but building connection and intimacy, because that sex is a byproduct of high connection and high intimacy in a relationship. Because let me tell you, when I'm working with guys who've been in a long-term sexless relationship, yeah, they want the sex, but they want is the touch, the connection, the intimacy. Sex is actually third on the list of those 3 things, because they're getting none of that when it comes down to it. Okay, so understand you can turn this around. If you're past 4 years, it's going to be more of a challenge. Okay, there's no way around that. That's just the reality of it. Okay, and it's very counterintuitive. Stop kissing her ass. Stop trying to get her to do something, and you need to start prioritizing yourself, doing things for yourself, and becoming a complete, whole, grounded, calm, masculine man again. And it heals most of these problems. So if you're having these struggles, you want to talk, my contact information is down below. Happy to have a conversation with you. But until then, stop trying to get sex and start working on yourself for yourself, brother. All right? Have a great one.